Hi, my name is Leonard with PureWaterForYou.com, and in this video I'll be explaining how to repressurize your reverse osmosis holding tank. Many people don't realize, but the number one reason for low water flow from your reverse osmosis system is caused by your holding tank having lost its air pressure. And it's a real simple and easy fix, and you can do it at home yourself. Two things that you'll need. One is a pressure gauge. The ones we have available on our site are special low pressure gauges. They start off at 1 psi and go to 20 in 1 psi increments. And anybody that has a reverse osmosis system needs a low pressure gauge. The next thing you'll need is a pump. What we use are these electric pumps that you can get at any hardware store. I think this was about $15, so they're not that expensive. But the thing that's real neat about these is that they plug into your car's cigarette lighter or power outlet, and you know, they just make things really simple. Now you can use a bicycle tire to do this, you know, a bicycle tire pump to do it, but it makes it a little bit tougher, but it is possible. Now let me explain how this tank works. On the top here you will see a water valve, and this one happens to be on the side here. It's the shutoff valve for the system, for the water. Some systems have the water valve up on the top. It doesn't matter, they work the same way. Now at the bottom of this tank you have the air valve. This one happens to be right here on the side. Once again, some of the tanks you will find this located right at the very center at the bottom. Others on the side near the bottom. But either way they work the same. It's just an air valve, just like on your car tire, bicycle tire. It's a Schrader valve, you know, nothing different. In the tank, what you have in between these two compartments is a rubber bladder separating the water from the air. And how this works is that as the water is being processed and it enters the tank, it's pressed against the bladder and pushes against the air. And then when you open your faucet, what happens, it's this air pressure that pushes the water out of the tank and out your faucet. Now obviously, if your tank has lost its air pressure, the water's not going to come out of the tank. And so what we're going to explain is exactly how to do it, and it should take you about 5-10 minutes. What you want to do first is shut off the water to your system and shut off the valve to the holding tank. Then open your water faucet to relieve the pressure, and then remove the tank from under the sink. It's a lot easier with the tank up where you can work on it than try to service this thing, you know, under the cramped kitchen sink. But once you have your tank out, what you want to do is open your water valve. And one thing I want to make note of, there are some systems out there that do not have a shutoff valve for their tank. And if that's yours, I would highly recommend that you order one from our website, because not only does it make servicing the tank a lot easier and simpler, but it'll help you to troubleshoot other areas that may be going on with your system. And so if you don't have a shutoff valve, get one. But anyways, once your tank is out, open the water valve and let the water start draining. Because to properly repressurize your tank, the tank needs to be completely empty of water. And so open the valve, let the water out. Now obviously if the tank has lost its air pressure, not all the water is going to come out of it. So what you do is just take your pump and hook it up to the tank and start pumping the air, pumping air into it. As you do this, the water is going to drain from the tank. And you want to keep adding air continually until all the water is drained from the tank and it's light, easy to lift. Once you've reached that point, keep adding air until you get to 7 pounds of air pressure. And that's why you need the gauge, a special low pressure gauge, so you can read 7 pounds of air pressure. So just keep adding air. When you get to 7 pounds, stop, put the cap back on the air valve. Then all you need to do is put the tank back under the sink, reconnect the water line, turn the water back onto your system, allow the tank a couple hours to fill up, and you're all set and ready to go. Now one thing I do want to make note of is, if while you're doing this, if you have air come out of the water valve, or you have water come out of the air valve, that means the bladder in between is ruptured and you need to get a new tank. It's a rare thing, but it does happen. But that's how you know. If you have water coming out of the air valve or air that comes out of the water valve, it's time for a new tank. Otherwise, if everything else goes perfect, just put it back underneath the sink, let it fill up, and you should be ready to go. I hope this video was helpful. This should take 5-10 minutes at the most. The hardest part is removing the tank from under the sink. And you know, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And if you like this video, please let me know, because I think it's helpful. I hope you found it to be helpful. And if there's another video that you'd like to see on another subject, I would like to know about it. And so let me know. Until then, thank you very much.